What the fuck did I just witness? Calm down. I told you something like this would happen. What the hell? Natsuki, Yuri, they never acted like this before. You're now seeing it for the first time. And I saw a lot of static. My body felt frozen in place. Those were the effects of the coding that was given to you. But it came off rather early than anticipated. Yeah. For some reason, is Yuri's obsession and Natsuki's aggression already amplified? I'm just gonna say that it was. It's not that Natsuki's aggression is amplified due to her father being more abusive in Act 2. She becomes more aggressive, but generally more emotional. So her emotionality is amplified. This could be Monika's doing. But why is Monika already... Like, how did she do it? Did you say something? Not anything of importance. Like, how would she do it? If this was the side result of, if this was the result of her amplifying the negative traits and the fight spiraling out of control in a way that it shouldn't have done in Act 1, then are they already amplified? Or did she pull something out of Act 2? I mean, there's also the thing about... the problem is that dream, was it maybe Hear No Name that woke us up out of it then, and not Monika? Because otherwise I could anticipate that it's like some type of weird Monika that's still... But Monika is really showing... Like, Monika... If Monika were to try again, then why would she try again the exact same way? Unless there are, like, maybe two Monikas, and one is this one that has already... that's still more aggressive, and the other one is still at the beginning of her transformation or something? Her transformation. At the beginning of her journey into becoming an apathetic individual. A pathetic and delusional individual. No. But after Act 4, that wouldn't be the case. So how did Monika do this? Has she found something from Act 2? Was it a temporary increase of Yuri's obsession, which makes her generally more aggressive, and Natsuki's intense emotions? On the other hand, this is an anomaly. And Monika being in the background there also seemed to not indicate that Monika is aware now, like when we were writing a poem. But it seems like Monika, when we saw her today, didn't show absolutely showed no sign of any of that. So how would she cause? So maybe she can cause an anomaly like that? But if it's one of those anomalies and she didn't cause the one during when we were reading a poem at our home, then isn't it more likely that it's not Monika's influence? Come on, let's get back inside. I heard him mumbling something about Monika. I wasn't sure for a moment, but I'm certain he mentioned Monika. I returned to the club with some awkwardness involved. I look in the room and to find Natsuki talking to Sayori while Monika talks to Yuri, probably due to me running off again. Hey everyone! Everyone looks at me once again with concerning faces. Oh, Christina, are you okay? Yeah, it's just that my anxiety couldn't take it anymore. Christina, Yuri and Natsuki want to apologize before you ran off. Go on, you guys. I'm sure I'll be happy to hear it. Sorry. Her toned voice sounds like she wants to burst in tears. can tell she's holding it in very hard. Sayori is not good at holding it in. Everyone, please don't be sad. I should be the one to apologize. Monica is smart, athletic, and talented. You do what must be done for your club, even if it means losing everything. Christina. Sayori, you're my best friend, and I would never trade you for anyone else in the world. That's so. Natsuki, what do you want? Just gonna throw this out there, but your Tsundere trait really suits you. I find it pretty cute. Not cute! And Yuri? Yes? You're very intelligent, and your elegance is astonishing. I just remembered for this for this event that he mentioned that None mentioned that it doesn't have much influence, but I still feel like it might be. Writing is a really personal thing. Sharing it can definitely be hard. Looks like we learned that today. Amazing. These wise words I've said, can't take them for granted. Isn't that what you could have done, No Name? Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How did y'all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun! I'd say it was worth it. It was alright. Well, mostly. Christina, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome! In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you'll learn something from your friends too. So your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself, I did learn a lot more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. Then you like, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I nod to myself with newfound determination. Christina! Ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Sir beams at me. It really has been a while since Sarah and I have spent as much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori, what happened earlier? Huh? What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki. Does that kind of thing happen often? No! That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. Promise, they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you. Phew. You know, Christina, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. I think everyone really likes you too. That's... Every day is going to be so much fun! It looks like Sayori still hasn't caught into the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? We'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat her on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay! Yeah. See you tomorrow? Bye! Bye! Sarah cheerfully skips her way to her house. I walk home as usual. Phew. What a day. All was all fine and dandy until... I shouldn't think too much of it. Maybe tomorrow could be different. What should I make to eat? Homemade food or TV dinner? I will save all the options! I can check out small differences on what I can say later. I still need to refuse after all. Homemade food. I guess whatever I can whip up in the kitchen sounds good. But food is food. Monica also mentioned more improved poems. Jeez, do I even stand a chance? Like I said, Christina, believe in yourself. I guess. By the way, did you find the source of what caused that incident? I couldn't find a single trace of it. Someone was able to hide itself after the fix. Whatever it was, it certainly knows what it's doing. Is everyone else in danger? Most likely. Monica may be the only exception. How do you know that?
It's just a hunch, but I feel like she knows more than I do. Of course you won't believe me, but you're gonna have to trust me on this one.
What is it?
Monica knows about this game. The game we currently reside in, as I mentioned before, is completely out of the ordinary. For example, the time you witnessed the statics and the fight between Natsuki and Yuri. That wasn't supposed to happen. Not now anyways, but it seems like everything is being pushed at the start. It may have something to do with my arrival here and your free will.
This is so much taken. My nightmares. Can it also have something to do with it?
Maybe. Or it could be a sign of foreshadowing.
Like something terrible is soon to approach.
Exactly. But I guess the way how I see it, you have to appease the hearts of the three heroines. Sayori, Natsuki, and Yuri. I would say for now they are your top priorities.
Okay, so it is kind of like a saving the Dokis thing.
I'll see what I can do about Monica in the meantime.
Right. I'll just head to bed then. So maybe I should switch who I'm sharing poems with. Is it... Oh. I'm back here. Hello? Is anybody here? Monica? No response. I'm dreaming again. I need to pinch myself. Christina. A voice. Felt disturbing presence coming from behind me. Facing fear right at the very core, I quickly turn around. Oh my god. He's so much taller than her. And by extension, me. I forgot. I need to see if I might override some things. But I do want to save a little bit over here. But her eyes... There's nothing there. Natsuki? What are you doing here? Christina, why did you leave me? Leave you? I haven't done anything. And we also just... Why won't you play with me? Huh? Did you even listen to what I just said? You spend time with everyone else but me. How could you do that to me? Natsuki, Christina! I was waiting for you. I was waiting for a long time. It was the only thing I had to look forward to. Why did you ruin it? Do you like her more? What the hell? I think you're better off not associating with her. Are you listening to me? I wonder if this is because I spent time with Yuri. I spent time with Natsuki the next day. Actually, maybe that means I should hone in on Yuri for now. So I can see all the Natsuki events. I guess that means I might not get a happy ending then though, because I'm picking favorites. And if I need to help everyone, then that kind of doesn't work. Don't tell me it's happening again. That should be obvious by now. So just play with me instead. Okay? You don't hate me, Christina, do you? Do you hate me? Do you want to make me go home crying? The club is the only place I feel safe. Don't ruin that for me. Don't ruin it. Please. Play with me instead. It's all I have. Play with me. Play with me! Ah! Again! It didn't mention Yuri. It decided to skip over the portions that mentioned Yuri, so I will start, I will go with different girls each time, I think. And then if it shows signs that impacted anything, well, I need to switch around a little bit every now and then anyway. Because I do want to see the little options, and maybe I can, like here, maybe I can see then what happens when you go one route as well. If there are more things of one girl. Hey, no name. Did you see that?
I actually did.
What was that about?
You're having nightmares on past events that came before, or it still might take effect.
So the last encounter was just the start of it?
I'm not entirely sure. It's only expecting until we get to that certain point which caused these errors and glitches. But I'm afraid it could be possible that these anomalies can take place sooner than later.
So in other words, we have to hurry.
Not necessarily. Chances are Monica might get even more suspicious. I'm sure she caught on too.
Alright then, so just play out everything I normally would?
For now, yeah.
Fine. I have one more question.
I'm listening. We did not get to hear his question. Interesting. I'm pretty sure that's deliberate. I hope. Not that it's just an error, but that that's just an anomaly. But I hope it will be revealed later. In dramatic fashion.
Next day begins as I wait outside for Sayori to walk to school.
Hiya!
Morning, Sayori.
What's with the tone of voice? Did you stay up all night watching anime again?
Not really. Just had a bad dream that kinda kept me up.
Oh! I'm sorry. Do you want to talk about it?
I'll be fine, don't worry. Pats on the head to reassure. Let's go, you goofball. We're gonna be late. Can I spend time with Sayori on the last day?
Right.
Enter my class and space out towards the window as usual. Aww. But I want to have all grey down here, so
I'm already doing a weird saving pattern outside of here, so
why does it seem familiar though? It's literally the center of attention, or at least to some individuals. What if there's life after all? Being told things couldn't go well with me and everyone else in the club makes me wonder if there's actually happiness. Are we trying to find happiness in the literature club? Oh, we're getting it really... it's being revealed now. I just want to ask. After this is all over, will I be able to live a normal life?
Honestly, couldn't tell you.
Why? Is there something in this world that shouldn't be be possible for me? Am I not meant to love any of these girls? Do not have a chance at all? Am I just gonna end up in need after all of this? Am I going to die?
I know your frustration and want to know the truth. That's why I said I want to save you and everyone else that wants to live a happy normal life. But it just seems impossible to give them the freedom they mostly needed. But to do that...
What is it?
I have to know. We've destroyed the console Monica controls.
Hello? Console?
Console! Should I delete? No. Not that I end up actually messing something up. I can delete the console right here. There are two too. Just tell me which one it is.
There was something someone mentioned once, but I'm not sure it was. Oh, the music is repeating, I see. I have no idea what that meant. The first time I started, I had a legitimate traceback. And I still can't get a specific mod to work. But I'm not sure why, because I'm doing everything the way it should be. They mentioned something with, look. I read it somewhere that you can see Monica's administration controller or something. Wait a second. I should still have it with me. I should be able to find where I read that. Give me a moment. Wait a second. No, doesn't seem like they mentioned an actual file. They're just saying a hypothetical scenario where you can lock Monica's administrative powers. What? What do you mean? To stop these anomalies from occurring one after another, Monica has to be deleted, as well as the memories of becoming the club president. So that way, that kind of power doesn't fall into the wrong hands. I simply have to decode her files and make some changes. To do that, I have to get the authorization from Monica. So you're telling me that there is no way to save Monica? Correct. No way. There has to be a way. It's the only chance we got. To save everyone, including you. I'm sorry. If Monica becomes aware of my presence, I simply won't exist. She controls everything here. Once she gets rid of me, she'll completely reset everything, and the same thing will keep happening over and over again. Are we going by the logic of maybe DDLC Plus, where... No, even then, it's us. We erase everything. Like, Monica, after Act 4, erases everything. She doesn't want to come back. It's us who put them all back into the same position without the memories they previously had. I'm not referring to the she'll completely reset everything here, because that, after that incident, she might want to reset so that she can go over Act 1 again normally. But this with the same thing will keep happening over and over again. That's up to the player, essentially. So saying that's anyhow related to Monica when that's not the case is kind of just not right. Or it could get worse. Monica. She has to be stopped. If we can somehow persuade her to give you access to the console thinking you're a real person, she'll let her guard down. And that's when I'll make my move. This is too much. I thought this was gonna be a walk in the park. Now things are more complicated. You couldn't help but wonder what's really going on. I understand your concern. And to top it off, the festival never happened in the original timeline. Let's just get going. We do have a deadline after all. Okay. If only. What if? It's just a hunch, but I think I have an idea. Christina, would you mind answering this problem? 21. Nice. It was pretty random when the answer was in plain sight. So calculations really isn't my thing, it just came naturally. The class was over, I went ahead and pulled out my notebook where I keep my poems. The last one I did was pretty terrible. I'm sure now I got a grasp of the situation. It should be a piece of cake. Now let's see. Should I hone in on Yuri? Or should I go with the... I'll mix it up for now.
I'll try to get one of the best endings possible at first. And then we'll see around. And just like that, it's finished. I really need to stop doing this weird last second. These weird? These every last second. I'm turning a little late again. I'm running a little late again getting to the club. I need to actually attend on time instead of doing this like it's on a regular basis. I cook in my pace. Almost as I'm running. Oh wait, I should ow shit! Okay, that's the second time I ran into something. It hurts like hell. Probably in the same spot when I first ran into Sayori. Might be Monica because Monica was also running late on that day. Open my eyes. Oh, it is Monica! Monica? Ouch! That's definitely gonna leave a mark. Christina. What the heck are you doing out here? I want to save the gray. For the gray! I was just about to ask the same thing. I was just on my way to the club after practicing piano. Right. You weren't supposed to... huh? Never mind. Monica, I need to ask you something. Huh? Here, I'll help you up. You're such a gentleman. Even though you're... Yeah, I know. You know? What do you know? I'm not really sure, but I have a feeling this was all thanks to you. No, this is not right. You shouldn't be able to act and think on your own. Yet you're aware of what's happening. Yeah, I was told that before. What do you mean before? I don't understand. I completely kept the code locked out for a reason. How is this possible? What code? For what reason do you have to keep me from finding out the truth? You know it's bad to keep secrets from a friend. Because in actuality, you're handling this way too easily, way too quickly. This will be a point that I bring up later. But he's just way too acceptant of everything. Especially since this could be dangerous for the both of us. Christina... Or I should call you by your real name, or... Monica, focus. I need to know. Why did you take away my free will? She didn't take away your free will. You just weren't supposed to have free will, because you were supposed to be something for the player to experience the game through. Because if I didn't, then you would start making errors in the system I couldn't fix. But seeing as though you're talking and acting almost as if you're real, I'm surprised nothing has been broken. She doesn't see it. Me and No Name found these errors. I'm not the reason this happened, I'm sure of it. I wonder if it's only through my perspective. I shouldn't be telling you this, but since you already know what's going on, I'm really bad at coding. But how is this possible? I wish I could tell you. I don't know myself. I see. So what are you going to do now? Told Monica the truth, but it doesn't seem like I'm in immediate danger. Plus, if anything, No Name could come out to my rescue. Or at least take this chance to do what he has to do. But I haven't heard from him yet. I'll let this go. Huh? You're letting me go? Yes. But I don't know how this whole thing works. I see. I don't want to give your hopes up. It's been that way for the past 2 years. Give me a second. Was Anomaly a mod that was created in I opened the wrong app on my phone. Was it DDLC Anomaly? I just typed in that. Five years ago was the trailer. Five years ago, yeah. There was a remake. I think I have to remake the version.
I should find it more easily on the website. Because it would make sense if it's, Anomaly. I don't know when it was originally made, but it could be that was originally made 2 years after the original, at least to a certain extent. It would make sense. However, it makes no sense that Monica is aware of that, because Monica does not follow it. If she were to follow it, what would her reaction be? Definitely not doing the same thing over and over. She literally did not want to come back. So if she had a chance to try and come back, she would still not repeat the same thing over and over. So this makes no sense. Yeah. I know that there wasn't happiness when I first got here, but what's stopping me from making it possible? How much do you remember? I remember vaguely. Interesting. It's a moment of silence between us. I feel like she's having a hard time believing me. Oh, right! We should be heading to the club. Everyone is probably waiting for us. You're right. Let's get going then. We both make our way to the club room. Monica and Christina, you both came in late. Yeah, we kind of ran into each other on the way here. I was also practicing piano. Yeah, sorry for being late. You must have a lot of determination. Starting this club and now picking up piano. I must assume Christina was helping. Not really. Remember that the club wouldn't be if it wasn't for all of you. I'm super happy that you're all willing to help out for the festival too. It's already that's already the Friday. It's already Friday? Did we skip Thursday? Did we join on Wednesday? I can't wait for the festival! It's gonna be great! Huh? Weren't you complaining about it just yesterday, Natsuki? Did we just skip Thursday? What happened with Thursday? Well, yeah. I'm not talking about our part of the festival. Or did it mention anywhere that was skipping? We were doing a time jump and we're going to skip over Thursday because it'd be pretty much the same to a big extent. Did I miss it? I didn't think I'd miss it. I'm not talking about our part of the festival. It's a whole day of school where we get to eat, where we get to play and eat all kinds of delicious food. Sounded a bit like Sayori all of a sudden. Monica, do they usually have fried squid? Squid? That's a pretty specific thing to look forward to. Oh, come on. Are you saying you don't like squid? You, of all people. Eh? I didn't say I don't like it. Besides, what do you mean by you of all people? Because it's right in your name. Monica! Eh? That's not how you say my name at all. Also, the joke makes no sense in translation. Never mind. Let's just focus on our own event for now, okay? Fine. Your reactions aren't as fun as Yuri's or Sayori's anyway. Excuse me. Where is Sayori anyway? Oh, there you are. So you're sitting at a desk in the corner of the room, looking down at nothing. What happened with Thursday? Sorry! Again? I thought you took care of this already. Why haven't I heard from No Name yet? What is he doing? Monica might have found out about him. Whatever the case may be, I walk over to her. Hey, Sayori. I wave my hand in front of her face. Huh? You're spacing out again. Sorry. Don't mind me. You can go talk to everyone else. Something's not right here. Is everything alright? Of course! Why wouldn't it be? Just feels like you're a little off. Sorry for assuming things. Jeez, you worry too much about me. I'm fine, see? Sarah shows me a big smile. It's Probably the biggest lie I've ever seen in my life. I know something's wrong, but why can't I remember what's wrong? I can only feel that something is going on. Don't let me distract you from having fun with everyone. Well, alright, if you say so. I weirdly glanced at Sayori before turning back toward everyone else. But the conversation has already dispersed with everyone back at their usual activities. Maybe I should ask Monica if she's noticed anything about Sayori recently. Since they've been preparing for the festival, they must be spending a lot of time together. I timidly approached Monica, who was shuffling through some papers at her desk. Christina, what's up? Hey, haven't you noticed something about Sayori? Anything up with her? In what way do you mean? Maybe reading into it a little too much, but she seems a bit downcast today. Oh, you think so? I can't say I've noticed anything about her. I wonder if she's got No Name or if No Name is planning something. Monica peers across the room at Sayori, who is idly dragging a rubber razor up and down her desk. Maybe there is something on her mind. But I'm surprised I'm not the one asking you, Christina. You certainly know her a lot better than I do. Yeah, but she's never really like this. She's always talking about things that bothered her. But this time, when I asked her, she was really dismissive. Sorry, I know it's not your problem. Just wanted to ask if you knew anything, so I'll drop it now. No. It's important to me too. I mean, I'm also friends with her. And I also care about the well-being of my club members, you know? Maybe I'll try talking to her myself. Huh? Are you sure about that? She seemed like she wanted to be left alone. Are you sure? Maybe she just has a hard time bringing it up with the person of interest. Person of interest? What do you mean by that? I'm saying that maybe the thing on her mind is you, Christina. Me? How on earth would you come to that conclusion? Well, I probably shouldn't say too much, but Sarah talks about you more than anything else, you know? Eh? She's been so much happier since you've joined the club. It's like an extra light was turned on inside of her. What? No way. Sayori is always like that. She's always been full of sunshine. It's not any different now than it always has been. You're so funny, Christina. Have you thought that maybe you've always seen her as so cheerful because that's just how she is when she's around you? I said too much. I'm sorry. What do I know anyway? I didn't mean to jump to conclusions, so you should just forget about what I said. I tried to talk to her, so try not to think about it for now. Alright. Monica smiles meaningfully. I know she said to forget about it. That sounds familiar for some reason. But I already know that I won't be able to get her words out of my head. Monica stands up from her desk and walks across the room to where Sayori is sitting. She kneeled down next to Sayori and gently talked to her. But she's keeping her voice so quiet that I can't hear her from here. So I sit myself down. I know Sayori told me not to worry about her and to have fun with everyone else, but that's impossible to do when she's behaving like this. Exactly how much do I care about her that I'm letting this weigh me down so much? Now it feels like I'm the one behaving out of the ordinary. There's nothing to do besides wait for Monica. Are we going to have... Perhaps I should figure out what poem I want to show off. Whose poem did I make for again? I probably can't go Sayori poem. I probably can skip the next time I do anything like that. So I'm going to save it a bit further down the road. I like mixing up my save files. That's why I love having like these 9 ones. They are many, but I love having many. So I can have, like in the plus version, the 6 are not enough for me. Sometimes. So, should I just, you know what, let's finish it up with Yuri. Why don't we go ahead and get started? Yes, let's. I actually have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first? Not at all. Yuri? Where are you? The ghost of Yuri just made her way. I don't know why that's so funny to me. just smacked my microphone. He stands up and... Can you hold this for a second? Electric kettle. That also appears to be the same. So you know what? I'm going to not fully read it again. It appears elegant, methodical. What happened with Thursday? Okay, move the water pitcher. Did we join on Did we just join on Wednesday then? Might as well walk with you. Yeah. Monica still shows up, but I mean... This seems much more like how it is in the main game. Tell me there's something more flipping of games. Well, maybe I'll take the opportunity to speak a bit more about the sparrow. But about what? I don't want to spoil anything. I also don't want to just say everyone read it. Because I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, probably. The writing style was a bit difficult to get into for me. But I overall enjoyed it. It's also not necessarily for faint-hearted people. It can get pretty intense, especially at the end. I'm a fan of that type of stuff. The beginning was a bit slow for me, before we get into the... before we meet one of the characters called Anne. Beforehand, I wasn't too extremely... I'm not sure what it was, but it just didn't grab me as fully. But then with Anne, it was starting to grab my attention more. The section where we're in the future was very interesting to me the whole time, but the thing which we're more in the past were not exactly my thing until we, as I said, get to Anne. But as the more time passed, the more into it I got. And at the end, well, given that I bought the audiobook, and given that I decided to read a lot of fan fiction about it, you can imagine that it got very good for me at the end, even if intense. This thus far has all been the same. I know that because I read this far too much. To be frank, I don't know everything freely. There are some scenes where I do need to read to make sure that I read it properly. But there are some scenes where I don't even need to look at the text anymore. I had fun with one of my friends that time. We were in the same room and playing together. And sometimes, especially in Act 2, I would just stop looking at the screen and just stare directly at them and speak what was being said. That was fun. This time... I actually don't mind too much these things, like it having kind of the same thing. But since also No Name back then said that we could skip these parts, I'm going to keep going with it for now. With like more skippy text, unless I notice something being different. But we broke it up beforehand. The few minutes I finally managed to relax a little, then we continue reading. We don't get to see the scenes at all. Okay, everyone! Ah! Joel's back. It's time to share poems! Christina, you can help Yuri put away the tea stuff, right? Yeah, of course. Okay, thanks! Spell's abruptly broken. Oh, I'll take care of the cups. Yeah, pick up the teacups from the floor. She picks up, right? Yuri picks up, yeah. I pick up the bag of chocolates. That's what I pick up. In the end, we hastily clean up without so much as a word between us. Get the feeling this is something neither of us will have the courage to bring up. Okay, everyone! The As some time passes, Monica goes out to the club room. Why don't we share our poems now? Before I know it, everything is back to normal. Everyone goes through their poems and I do the same. It feels kind of strange. In the original DDLC, it did just completely skip over it. Well, I should elaborate. I get the feeling this is something you have the courage to bring up. It goes to the, if you had this event on Friday, then we'll just immediately switch to the poem sections, similar to if you would have had it on Thursday. I go and tell Monica and she smiles at me. I know she was talking about Sayori. After that whole ordeal, we won't be thinking about Sayori. To finish reading each other's poems, except for Sayori's, Monica goes out to the rest of us. Okay, you three! We're all done sharing poems right now. This is where it starts getting confusing. You know, I kind of get the idea of wanting maybe a Monica who goes back in time, who knows a bit more, but the problem is, it seems that we're going mostly like, we're following the way the game is supposed to play out, right? And it just doesn't align with Monica. It completely zeroes out the entire character development she had. To the point where she couldn't even bring herself at the end of Act 4 to delete them. They are the character files. Even Sayori's are still in the character folder. She erased what's important for us to play the game, not the characters. She couldn't even bring herself to do that again. Alongside that, one of the main reasons why she stops it is, as she mentions, she can't let any of her friends undergo that same hellish epiphany. It's because she felt also bad for Sayori, who also will never achieve happiness. All of that character development, like, if you want to have a mod where Monica for some reason restarts the game again, it's out of character for her, but I can see the appeal behind it. If I play a mod like that, then I'm also going to expect that kind of. Then I can't be mad about it. But the problem is, it can't just be Monica repeating the same thing over and over because it makes no real sense. Why would Monica do the same thing over and over? She already has established that she doesn't want to do that anymore. She doesn't want to do it again. That it doesn't make her happy, it doesn't make everyone happy, and that there's no point in basically, and generally she thinks there's no point in generally for the game to go on, but if she's restarting it, then at least she should have some type of idea of doing it differently in that case. Not just have her character development zeroed out. And something I thought about, what could maybe work if you want to have Monica be self-aware of, like, it in general. Like, it's us, the player, who erases the first run file and then deletes all the data that has existed in order to play again. And generally that would mean that Monica's memories would also be deleted. Everyone's memories are deleted in that case. For it to go over again, for Monica to make the same mistakes again because she hasn't done her character development because she doesn't remember her character development. But if you were to try and frame it as a way of Monica's memories weren't to be deleted, it would still make it our decision. And if you kind of want to go with a story like that, like, it would be probably more like Monica is now aware that it's always going to do the same thing, and the only reason she's doing it over and over again is because she knows this is her purpose or something like that. Because there is no other reason for her to keep making the same mistake over and over. The original DDLC explains it with it, all data is erased. None of them remember it happened. Monica does not remember that she has made these mistakes before already. Monica does not remember how she felt about it all by the end of it. To make her have the same, like, to make her keep her memories and still repeat the same thing over and over, you need to have an elaborate reason for it. And I just kind of unsure if this mod is going to do that, if it's going to give us a reason. We already had established that it feels like there is no happy end in the literature club. So I wonder if it's going with the idea of, like, as I've said, that it's Monica feels like it's her purpose. It's all she can do. It's what she was made for, and it would bring people in. She doesn't have free will. Basically, that would mean that if Monica were to keep her memories, she would have to kind of see that the script repeats itself that way, and so it's all she can do. Like, that's the problem. It's out of character for Monica to repeat the same mistake out of her own free will, but if you do want to make her have keep her memories and still kind of do the same thing over and over, you need to have some type of reason for why she does it over and over again. Her already coming back is out of character for her, but I can see the reason for wanting to explore it. Because she would make different choices. If she's not making different choices, then it zeroes out everything she's already been through. It zeroes out who she became to be. It's out of character for her at that point. Unless there's some type of deeper logic. Okay, maybe I should just play the mod. Maybe they will give me a deeper logic, because it seems like they're already like saying with there's happiness in the literature club, and Monica seemed kind of upset about it, so I wonder if they're going with it with like, I realize that's all I can do kind of logic. But we'll have to see. In that case, you could also counter with, it's not all she can do, she could just erase the game the moment it starts again. But even so, I feel like you could kind of excuse it with that, because humans aren't logical. And Monica, whose whole point is not just obtaining you, but also obtaining a purpose in the original game, would probably, maybe, genuinely just repeat it over and over again in order to have that type of purpose. I just don't fully see it, because eventually she would tire out of that, just how she quickly immediately decided, I don't want that purpose. So if we're defining her as an actual sentient being in the game who remembers it, it really doesn't make much sense for her to keep going, doing the same thing over and over for 2 years. Like, the moment the player erases the data and we start the game again and she sees us and has the full-blown epiphany, and she has all of her memories still, she should just erase everything. If we're going completely logical. And if she realizes, remembers everything and still wants to try again, it should go take a different route. That's the problem! We're all done sharing poems, right? We're all done rambling, yes. Why don't we start figuring... Hold on a second. Is it just me, or did you say something strange just now? Huh? Something did sound a bit unusual. That's right. You deviated from usual catchphrase when addressing the club. Catchphrase? I don't have a catchphrase. Jeez. Why is so much so weird today? Look, even Yuri isn't immune to it. Stagnating air is common, foreshadowing that something terrible is about to happen. In your books, maybe. Look, the only thing different is that Sayori isn't here. Seems you're right. Sayori helps lighten the mood a little bit, doesn't she? It's almost like everyone's balance was thrown off a little bit when she's not around. Where the heck did she run off to anyway? I thought she just went to pee. Natsuki, please show some decency. Oh, come on! She actually wasn't feeling too well and went home early. Is that so? I hope she's alright. Seriously? Of all the times to not go home with her, you pick the time she's not feeling well? So much for you two being all lovey-dovey. No! First of all, stop misunderstanding my friendship with Sayori. And second, she's kind of been avoiding me today, so I didn't want to force it. Once again, it's all the same, but you know what, I'll read it now. That curious expression coming from Yuri of all people. Calm down, guys. I talked to her earlier and everything is fine. What did she say? Anyway, we need to figure out the rest of the festival preparations, so let's decide what everyone will be doing this weekend. I already know what I'm doing. That's right. Natsuki will be making cupcakes. But we might need a lot of them and different flavors. Can you handle it all by yourself, Natsuki? Challenge accepted! And As for myself, I'm going to be printing and assembling all the poetry pamphlets. Sayori will be helping me design them. And as for Yuri, you can... Guys, can you help me come up with something for Yuri? I'm useless. No, that's not it at all. You're the most talented person here, you know? No, Natsuki's pouting too. Jeez, even I can tell now. I guess I never gave her enough credit, but I can tell things even harder on you when she's not around. That may be the case. But if I can't also be a leader of my own, then I won't grow as a person. So, Yuri, you have beautiful handwriting, you know? So you should make some banners and decorations to help set the atmosphere. About that, I love atmosphere! Yuri's expression suddenly changes as she stares at her desk in focus and starts nodding to herself. Mine is already racing, I see. That's great! You'll be a wonderful help, Yuri. But anyway, that just leaves you, Christina. The one who is truly useless. Don't say that. In fact, both Natsuki and Yuri have some pretty heavy tasks to handle. It would probably go a long way to give one of them a hand. You could always help me out as well. I would be really appreciative of that. That's... You're suggesting I spent the weekend with one of my club members? How on earth are they going to respond to a suggestion like that? I suppose I wouldn't mind a bit of help. Well, even if you don't know how to bake, there's always some dirty work I could give to you. It's not like Monica's going to give me a choice, and you should be sitting on your butt anyway. Natsuki tries to mumble a bunch of excuses like that. If I recall, Natsuki, you mentioned that you would like to help with baking on your own. Christina may not like to be around if you only make him out to be a nuisance. So therefore, he may be more suited to assisting with the decorations. Hold on! I never said that! How hard could it be to make a few decorations anyway? Sounds more like you're just making excuses for Christina to... What are you saying? It will be extremely meticulous work. And baking isn't? Just what do you think, guys? Let's settle down for a moment. In the end, things up to Christina to decide how he'd like to contribute. Besides, he hasn't really gotten the chance to spend any time with me yet, you know? So I'm sure he's interested in... You literally just said... I'm surprised as well. Sorry. I was just saying though. Jeez. Can we just settle this already? Yeah. Christina, you okay with this, right? In the end, it's up to you. Of course. Huh. Very well. In that case, everyone looks straight at me. Damn, this happened literally yesterday and now I have to decide yet again. How do I get dragged into these situations? Did we join on Wednesday? Well, I guess either choice I make, I know I have to make the most of it. Actually, what if I improvise? Sorry everyone, I know one of you needs help. So, how about I help everyone? Say what? Huh? You really think that would be possible? Sure, I can make time for everyone. Starting today. I'm just gonna need to exchange everyone's numbers. Alright, I'm in. Well, as long as you get all the dirty work done, sure. I guess it could work if you're okay with it, Christina. Alrighty then. Everyone happily agrees with the plan. Though for some reason, it feels like it was done before. Don't know why. Has someone tried to improvise before and it didn't work? But I know the first thing I'm gonna do is check on Sayori. After we all exchanged numbers, it was time for us all to head out. Alright everyone, let's make sure we do our best. Monica gives us some inspiration. I'm also looking forward to spending time with everyone. I make my way out of the club and down in the hall. My phone started ringing. Pick up my phone from my pocket to see what it is. It's Sayori! Without second thought, I immediately answer.
Sayori! Yeah! Don't yell!
Sorry.
We are the old MC sprite! Ah! It's okay. They didn't have much else to go with back then.
I wasn't thinking. Yeah. There was some silence between us. I was wondering why she called me. Thought she didn't want to be bothered. Christina? Sorry I was spacing out again. It's okay. I was calling to ask if you can come over my place for a little.
Come over?
Come over to Sayori's house? Now that she mentions it, I tried going over to her house the first day before I joined the literature club. Maybe now I can. Yeah, sure. Okay, great. I'll see you in a bit. Maybe it's just conveniently that Sayori is having a bad day the exact same Friday, but she's still not being like so heavily, not actively being manipulated into spiraling so low that she is completely avoiding everything. See you in a bit. Bye. See ya.
I kind of like that it was a different way of presenting a call. Because usually they have like this phone, and then there's like this text there.
Sarah sounded so cheerful than before. I wonder if she's actually doing okay. I make haste and start running over to her house.